Good morning. Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live throughout the day from the Financial Markets Quality Conference hosted by Georgetown University's McDonough School of Business. Joining me to kick off coverage, we have John Jacobs. He's the executive director for the Center of Financial Markets and Policy at the McDonough School of Business. Thank you so much for having us here today.
It's a pleasure.
And for the conference, there's a lot of interesting panels happening today. Can you tell us about some of the highlights?
Absolutely, and it's a critical time. So we started off, kicked the day off with the SEC chair. Clayton came here to speak. Obviously, it's a critical time for issues in front of the SEC, everything from the ETF rule to the data case that was recently ruled on, and as well as ICOs, et cetera. We have the two exchanges are speaking now. So we have Nasdaq and the NYSE head to head. We have an ETF panel this afternoon. We have an emerging trends issue where we're going to talk about everything from ICO to the newest technology in the markets. So it's a really full day.
It's really interesting. We were talking about this offline, but in the past 18 months, it seems as if the big topic with regulation right now is ICOs and cryptocurrency and so forth. Why are we so slow to adopt it?
I think it's a great question because, Russ Benham, one of the commissioners of the CFTC, was in Singapore yesterday, actually talked about this issue, and they're talking about how in Singapore they're trying to build an environment or an area for which the regulators and the industry can work together to kind of launch things in a protected environment. We need to do that here. The U.S. can't cede ground in this area to the rest of the world, so we need to come up with a regulatory framework. Technology always moves faster than policy and regulation. But crypto is not new now. It's 10 years old. Right. And so we really need to be out there because the industry is waiting and waiting. They just want framework. They can work with it, just want a framework so they can move forward. So I think that would be like, in my opinion, the number one challenge for regulators is to kind of put a set of rules out there, or at least a regulatory sandbox to allow people to move forward.
Well, it's interesting because you've written about this where you say fintech is a necessity for B school.
Absolutely.
And why would that be? I mean, usually kind of the traditional investment banking themes when you go to B school, but you can't have one without the other.
Absolutely. So when we look at this, and Georgetown's a great example, we really want to arm our students to be able to, from the day one, hit the ground running and support their organizations. So we make sure they walk out of here understanding accounting and making sure they understand finance and communications and all the other disciplines you need in business. Even if they're not an accounting major, they need to understand accounting. We believe that applied technology, applied engineering in the financial services industry, which is fintech, is a critical skill. We're not expecting you to be a coder when you walk out of here, but you have to understand how blockchain works and how it will affect businesses. Just like 20 years ago, you need to understand what the internet was going to do to your business. So our job is to arm and equip our students to hit the ground running for their organizations, and fintech is absolutely a core part of that curriculum.
I mean, Georgetown is one of the first institutions to teach blockchain courses, correct?
Absolutely. We just named one of the top 10 colleges and universities for crypto and blockchain. And so we have a huge program, cuts all across the campus and every discipline, and we're really pushing forward because it's a viable technology and a really important technology in a lot of disciplines.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John, for joining us and for all the insight. And thank you for joining me throughout the day. Stay tuned. We're coming to you from the Financial Markets Quality Conference at Georgetown University's McDonough School of Business. I'm Jill Malandrino, global market